What's behind the name? Could it be the same for tattoos? People getting tattoos of peer pressure, media influence, and of course, personal expressions. Could these be the main factors as to the reason people change their names? Let's find out. Here are the reasons NBA players have changed their name. As we divulge the secrets, be sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future videos. Meta World Peace Braun Artist. Meta may be the first NBA player ever to change his name 3 times. Artist originally changed his name to Meta World Peace during the 2011 offseason. Artist answered, "I changed my name because I got tired of Ron Artist. He's an and when fans get mad at me, they can't say, 'I hate world peace.'" Unfortunately, after almost 10 years, Artist has changed his name once again. In a recent appearance on Inside the Green Room with Danny Green, Artist broke the world-shattering news that he is no longer Meta World Peace. The first game that I had with World Peace, I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. I was coming off the bench at the time in 2011, and they say Meta World Peace, and I remember not wanting to take off my warm-up. It was embarrassing, so I didn't think about changing my name back. But then I got used to it, people got used to it. A few years ago, he started dating model Maya Ford, and they eventually got married in 2020. Because of this, he changed his name for the 3rd time. He said, quote, "So what's funny is I got married, and my name now is Meta Sanderford Artist. So I actually, took my wife's last name. My name is now Meta Ford Artist," he said. "I actually took my wife's last name and added it to mine." He must really love his wife to use her last name because he didn't add the name of his first wife, Kimcha Hatfield. And these days, we don't see Artist on the court because he hasn't played in the NBA since the 2016-2017 season. Sticking to his nickname, Nini Mabener Hilario. Born in Brazil, Nini Hilario, who legally changed his name to Nini in 2003, grew up playing soccer, but eventually grew into a 6'11", 250-pound body that became more suited for basketball. The name Nini was a childhood name given to him by his family and friends because he was the youngest. He was a great soccer player from an early age, and due to his skills, he was invited to train with pro clubs. But as a kid, his size was an issue. With quite the twist, when he was little, other kids would tease him for being short. People started making fun of him, calling him Nini, which means baby in Portuguese. But instead of bringing him down, he embraced it. And from then on, he was on a mission to prove everyone wrong by the time he was a teenager. Nini decided to give up on his soccer dream for basketball as he exploded in height and he started playing in his hometown of São Carlos. Eventually, he fell in love with basketball until he finally played professionally in Vasco da Gama in the 90s. Mabener was drafted with the 7th pick in the NBA draft to the New York Knicks. He was immediately traded to Denver Nuggets. Nini wanted people to know where he came from, so when a Nuggets reporter asked if he was going to switch up his name, he said, "Yeah, I will. I'm going to change it to Nini, but I'll keep the same number 31. You don't make changes on a winning team, right?" Unfortunately, he ended up changing teams and numbers, but with the legacy he built, he'll forever be remembered. World Be Free. Free grew up in Brooklyn, New York. He was respected in the Brooklyn area because he was an exceptional basketball player during his high school days. A friend of his gave him the nickname World on the Brooklyn playgrounds because of his ability to hit shots around the world on the court. In addition to his incredible range, Free had a spectacular 44-inch vertical leap and a world array of dunks. That nickname stuck with him throughout his time in the NBA. On December 8, 1981, he decided to change his name from Lloyd to World. He decided while he was enjoying a successful NBA career playing with the Golden State Warriors during the 1981-82 season. World said, quote, "At first, the NBA and people thought it was a self-proclaimed name. That name was given to me from the streets of Brooklyn, in the Brownsville section. For being one of the talents from there, they thought I'd have a chance to make it to the NBA. They had guys in my era like James Fly Williams and Phil the Thrill Sellers. They had guys they named before me like Doc, Connie Hawkins, and Nate Tiny Archibald. My nickname was All World for doing 360 slam dunks. The guy who nicknamed me was Herb Smith. A lot of those names stuck. Lloyd B. Free was my given name, so I changed Lloyd to World." World also shared that this isn't only for his identity, but also for the world to be free and at peace. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor. In 1968, Alcindor stirred controversy from the public when he boycotted the Olympic Games in an anti-racism protest, converted to Islam, and privately changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which means the Noble One, servant of the Almighty. Growing up in New York City, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar established himself as a basketball star. Then known as Lou Alcindor, he dominated the local high school scene. He scored 2,067 points at Power Memorial Academy before moving on to UCLA. He was selected first overall in the 1969 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks, and in his rookie season averaged an astonishing 29 points and 15 rebounds per game. An unthinkable feat for any first-year player in today's game. During his appearance at The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, he explained the reason why he changed his name. There's a backstory behind slavery in America, and he wanted to break the concept from that history by changing his name, not against America, but for himself. Kareem stated that from the year 1973, when he traveled abroad, learned Arabic, and studied the Quran, and up to now, he never regretted his decision to convert to Islam. Looking back, he wished that he could have done it all in a private way to avoid all the fuss from the public. He also said, quote, "But at the time, I was adding my voice to the civil rights movement by denouncing the legacy of slavery and the religious institutions that supported it. That made it more political than I had intended and distracted from what was, for me, a much more personal journey." End quote. So what do you think about the NBA stars who changed their names? Is there a star that we forgot to put on this list? And if so, let us know in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and notification bell for future sports videos. Until next time.